WTO is associated with long talks, various tariffs, customs quotas, imports and exports, as well as other terms which our consumers sometimes do not understand. The task of the WTO market is to break all the barriers between the buyers and the sellers, because we know everything about the prices. Hi, today we have in store milk and dairy products. Daily food ration of any person should include these ingredients, concluded the scientists of the University of South Australia and the University of Maine. Milk helps to improve memory, attention, motion coordination, speech, thinking skills and psychomotor system, studies show. According to other sources, countries with high level of milk consumption have better living standards. WTO market program has found out how the WTO influences the dairy market. Coming up next. Watch on the program in the upcoming 10 minutes. Milk Rivers. WTO market has learned how Kazakhstan is going to satisfy 90% of its milk market demands. Blue or white? How do we know we drink high-quality milk? You will know about it in the rubric Experiment. The average consumption of milk throughout the world is 105 kilograms per person. Finland demonstrates the highest milk consumption rate, or 350 kilograms per person annually. In the meantime, people of Kazakhstan consume on the average 290 kilograms of dairy products per person annually, informs the country's Ministry of Agriculture. Now let's try to identify trends of the Kazakhstani milk industry after WTO accession. Over the last 3 years, the milk production in Kazakhstan has been demonstrating a constant growth. For instance, in 2015, the output of milk in the country was 300,000 tons higher than in 2012. Last year, the total volume of produced milk in the country overcame 5 million tons. The minimum price of natural milk in shops of Kazakhstan is 115 tenge. If each produced liter of 5,141,200 tons were sold at this price, the size of the local market would reach almost 600 trillion tenge. Experts have calculated that domestic Kazakhstani enterprises produce about 60% of milk. The remaining 40% are imported. In fact, the Kazakhstani market is a tidbit for suppliers from the Ukraine, Russia and Belarus. According to the Milk Union of Kazakhstan, the profitability of local producers makes up 7%. In the meantime, the sellers from the neighboring countries can send prices down in spite of transport expenses. Our main rivals are not third countries which will promote their products on our market after accession to the WTO. They are our neighbors, Russia and Belarus. In our country, nothing has changed, except customs duties, which have been reduced after joining the WTO. Food products from other countries, such as German cheeses or Turkish yogurts, are also available in Kazakhstan. Since the beginning of 2016, prices on domestic and imported milk rose despite the reduction of customs duties within the WTO. The reason is the increase in price of rigid packages. We have no local manufacturers of rigid packages except the plant in Semipalatinsk, and even this plant purchases all the materials abroad. As a result, prices rose by 20 to 25% due to external factors. In our days, cheaper milk is also available, the experts say. The average price of the product in soft package is approximately 20% lower. WTO market consulted the experts who explained in detail the possible behavior of milk prices in the nearest future. The current market situation indicates that there have been some changes in consumers' way of thinking and their attitude towards milk. First of all, consumers are no more loyal towards brands or producers. That is to say, our consumers are prepared not to buy milk from producers they used to buy from. In other words, milk producers are going to fight for consumers by reducing prices but without impairment of milk quality. there is the only way out: maximum availability, launching promotion campaigns and price reduction. Promotion campaigns should be focused on consumers and price-quality ratio. Increasing the output of milk, dairy products and packages is another factor for price reduction. It is impossible to create the dairy industry in one day. It is established for decades, and the Ministry of Agriculture acts in the right way by revitalizing the milk industry. About 100 more family dairy farms with 100 to 150 heads of milk cows and about 20 large enterprises with more than 1,000 heads of cattle are to be launched in Kazakhstan by 2020. It will be possible owing to the Agro-Business 2020 program. In case of its successful implementation, it will be possible to satisfy more than 90% of demands of the Kazakhstan dairy market. Consumers can find in-shop milk and dairy products for any taste and budget. The production process of milk begins from feeding cows. A cow needs 6.5 kilograms of forage to produce 1 liter of milk per day. On the average, it is 30% of the price of 1 liter. The salary of workers adds to the price 15%, power costs of the milk plant increase the cost by another 5%, and depreciation accounts for 5% more. After that, milk is delivered to the packaging department. Depending on the type of packaging, marketing strategy and salaries for specialists may add to the price from 10 to 30%. Logistics costs and sellers' markup raise the milk price by another 25%. As a result, consumers throughout the world buy milk at prices ranging from 75 cents to $2.5. How can we know whether products we buy are worth their price? WTO Market has conducted an experiment. Its aim was to compare dairy products from different countries. Watch about it right now. For the experiment, we shall need 3 different milk packages from different manufacturers from different countries. We shall deliberately avoid showing trademarks of producing country. We shall show you only prices. The first one costs 80 cents, the second 93 cents and the third 84 cents. Firstly, we shall conduct an acid test, which can be bought in a pharmacy. For this purpose, we shall dip it in milk for 1 minute. Blue is an indicative of soda and alkali. Red reacts on acid-based bleachers. No color change proves high quality of milk. In any case, before making conclusions about a food product, we should taste it. However, as we know, tastes differ. We should always remember that the WTO countries follow the same rules. However, whether they do it honestly is another question. Now we shall tell you about the main milk trends in the world. The annual output of milk throughout the world exceeds 750 million tons. The information is provided by IFCN Dairy Network Research Center. Moreover, it should be noted that over the last 30 years, the world output of milk has been demonstrating a stable 1% growth. However, the analysts of Tetra Pak Dairy Index expect a $36 increase in consumption of dairy products all over the world by 2024. India is the world's largest milk producer. It is followed by the US and China. Pakistan and Russia close the top 5 milk producers. New Zealand and the EU are the major milk exporters, which account for more than 20% of the world volume. Experts forecast that in the nearest future, prices for milk and dairy products will go down. Notably, the descending price trend has been observed since 2013. The reason for that is the increasing output of dairy products in the EU and in the US. More than $20,000 for 1 liter of milk. In the WTO shop, it is also possible. This so expensive beverage is produced by white mice. It is extracted by means of tiny pipes and special equipment. Such milk is used in pharmacology for the production of unique medicines. I wish you economic and quality purchases.